Jeez. Where are we? Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Oh man, dude, time travel sucks. Oh, gross. Where are we? I don't know, man. Not in Kansas. It says 2017. What? It says the year 2017.
Did we just move forward in time?
I sure as hell don't know.
It can't be 2017. There's no flying cars.
I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Armand.
What?
Guess what?
What?
We're out of gas.
How are we supposed to get back?
I don't know, man.
Can you even drive this?
No.
What do you suggest we do?
I'm going to town.
What's with the clothes? A little tacky, don't you guys think?
We just need a ride into town. You guys going there?
Yeah, all right.
Are you guys running out of gas? Can you call for an Uber or something?
Call? How are we supposed to make a call from out here? What's this?
It's from Johnny.
Anything for my princess.
Danny, don't ask a question like that.
Doesn't even match up.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Well,
Watch the room.
Yeah, I know.
Where's Cam?
basically regret. Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Cam.
Oh, hi, Cam.
Oh, what the?
Got a little
What is-
Starbucks shop
is
with
this?
you?
Have your own brew?
Yeah.
It's kombucha.
Are you gonna share
Stole that joke from you. That was good, though. Couldn't pass that up.
Yeah.
it? You stole his joke?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
made
I said
joke
that earlier.
But then he asked me what it was. How could I not say the
You
great
weren't there.
joke?
Oh, okay.
You're going to the bathroom.
So we just watched The Room.
We did.
We did. Well,
Regretted it almost immediately.
yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
regret it.
Well, I do. I wish I had not watched that movie.
There was nothing that you could take away from that movie.
Maybe the
That
one thing
remains
is
to be seen.
I'll be less upset about the student films now.
Joey.
So The Room
Yes.
is an electrifying American black comedy about love, passion, betrayal, and lies.
Lots of things.
It's what happens in real life. You could be with your loving woman and all of a sudden, boom, she's in bed with your best friend or a family member. The Room depicts the friendships and relationships in one life and raises life's real and most asked questions. Can you ever really trust anyone? Are you ready to see a reflection of your life?
A reflection of my life?
Of your life. That's what it says, Rich. Literally.
I will learn about my life by watching this movie.
This is not a movie. This
will
is,
show
this
you-
is Tommy. This is his real life
It
experience.
says right there.
Are you ready to see
Reflection,
reflection
yeah,
of your life?
Yes.
Oh.
Are you ready to see a reflection of your life?
Why does he look like Ozzy Osbourne right now?
Hi.
Can I help you?
Yeah, can I have a dozen red roses, please?
Oh, hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
How would you not know it's him? He doesn't look like anybody else.
How much is it?
It'll be $18.
Those sunglasses.
Keep the change. Hi, doggy.
You're my favorite customer.
Hi,
Thanks a
doggy.
lot.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on The Room?
Well, I like that this is the featured part on the
Their
case.
their purchase
This
B-roll?
B-roll of Naboo, as you pointed out.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with the movie, and it's the biggest.
There was a
shot
lot
on
in
there.
the movie that had nothing to do with the movie, though.
That's true.
If we're being honest.
Yes.
A lot.
Unless we just didn't understand it, which I don't want to, don't want to say that that's not a possibility.
It's very possible.
Because he said in the interview that it's not Hollywood cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Why did you make The Room?
Have fun with it, and that's the idea about The Room. Two is better than three, freeze crowd. And again, keep in mind The Room is different cookie cutter from Hollywood. And again, nothing happened by accident. You have to plan, etc., etc.
And so maybe it just went over our head because we're just too used to Hollywood cookie cutter. I don't know.
Maybe we just don't understand.
It's just too innovative for us.
Yeah. It's very possible. I think Tommy Wiseau, I think he may actually experience the world differently from everybody else, though. There's a strong
Well,
possibility.
who's
for
Tommy?
that.
Let's cover that. Who is
Yeah.
this Tommy
The
guy?
director,
Right.
He's the director. He is
the writer,
He's
Yep,
the writer.
He wrote it.
The
directed
producer.
It, he
The
produced
producer and
lead role.
lead role. Yeah.
It's also classic by Tommy Wiseau.
Was
Look up
and
that
produced by
Wiseau.
Wiseau.
Did he direct it as well?
Wiseau, man. And starring
Directed.
in. Yeah, and starring in.
Is
and
anyone
produced by
else
and
doing
written by-
anything on this film?
Surprisingly didn't
And
do
he's
the
on the
music,
cover.
because partway through we definitely thought he did the music too. So that
Sounded
was a
like it
surprise
could've
to
been.
find out that
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It could've been.
But all the other major roles was Steve, or not Steve. I keep saying, I think it's
Mark.
because Steve Zissou,
Mark.
or Zissou is from that movie.
Wiseau.
No, Steve Zissou is from the
Aquatic.
Life Aquatic, yeah. And it sounds to me like Tommy Wiseau, I don't know.
Wiseau.
Anyways, so I keep confusing that. Tommy. Anyways,
What was
T-dubs.
his character's name in the movie?
Johnny.
Very original, yeah. Let's name Johnny, Mark, Mike, Michelle, Lisa, Claudette.
Denny
And Denny.
Oh, and Pete.
Denny.
and Pete.
And Pete 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Did he even have a name?
No, they never named
No.
that guy, and I think your idea of
think he
him
may have
replacing
actually
him
have
makes the
been.
most sense. Especially after he said that they replaced the crew 4 times. Maybe some of the cast too. Who knows? That makes the most sense because he just came out of nowhere
You
and
need to
was
watch
important.
this movie so your life is
Well,
changed,
important.
and know that you shouldn't be You shouldn't change jobs. You need to commit to your job.
Right, right. When you
Yeah.
say yes to something, you have to follow
We
through.
we replaced the crew 4 times. People tried to temper my project, etc., etc. Again, it's nothing wrong if somebody, for example, quit the job. But if you quit without notice, in my book, it's you know what, it's not right. So I encourage you, because I have a lot of people ask the same question about filmmakers, why is this and that. If you ever connect to any project, finish your job. If you commit it, that's the idea. That's what The Room represents. It represents the struggling as well. It's like a Golden Gate Bridge. The Room is me, you, and we are all together.
And yeah, without notice, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
They,
All without notice.
And that's what really rubbed Tommy the wrong way, was he said, when you quit without notice, that's just wrong.
Would you change anything about the film? And he said,
I would not change
I wouldn't-
many things.
I
or
wouldn't
something.
I will not change so much.
I thought he said he
things.
would change. Like
No,
he
he
wanted to
said he
redo
wouldn't.
the entire thing and
No.
make a completely different
No.
movie.
I will not change so much.
No,
change
because
a
he
thing.
made it into a book, but it was already maybe a book because he said it was based on 800 pages written long ago.
Kind of like how George
I don't know
Lucas
what that
wrote Star
means.
Wars, and the movies were based off of the book.
Oh, wow.
But
I
the
didn't
book
actually
wasn't
know that.
released till after the movie.
Okay.
So you're
maybe
saying-
something like that.
So you're saying that The Room is our generation's Star Wars?
It may be.
I'm sure the critics at the time Star Wars came out maybe didn't appreciate it. Like,
I mean,
we're not appreciating The Room, you know?
Both movies.
Star
have-
Wars was not cookie cutter Hollywood.
No, it wasn't cookie cutter, and it had an incredible first scene, just like The Room. Unforgettable.
it was definitely impactful.
It's excessive, I think would be a word I would use.
Oh.
The laugh. The laugh got you.
Armand! Are you doing that?
Well, scene one, I guess it depends on where you call the scene break, because it was he walks into a house with a woman in it. We don't know who anyone is yet. And then he's like not making eye contact, and he's just kind of shifting around. He looks like Ozzy Osbourne or something, like a rock star.
Yeah.
We don't know who this guy is.
He's wearing a
he's
suit
like,
that's 4 sizes too big.
Yeah, he's like, I have something for you. I have something for you. And she's like trying to get it, and then he like pulls out a leopard print gift or something.
Yes.
And then she opens it, and it just looks like a bunch of fabric, but she instantly loves it.
Yeah.
And then turns out it's a dress. Yeah. And then, so I don't know if that's scene one discreetly, or if you would just say the walk upstairs into the pillow fight is the same. But then there was the pillow fight, then Danny comes back in. Denny.
Yeah.
And he was even in the scene downstairs.
Yeah.
He just randomly walked in and was like, hey guys.
Danny, we're going to go upstairs now, so you should leave.
With still zero establishment of who
Yes.
was who, or
why he's there.
friends of how they were
Yeah.
related to or knew each other at
Yeah,
all.
I definitely, so I thought at the end of that scene that Johnny and Lisa, who I definitely didn't know their names at that point, were married, and Denny was their son. That was where I was at.
Yeah.
None of that ended up being true.
Can I go upstairs too?
Denny, I think I'm gonna join him.
Is that their son?
Yeah.
Who knows?
One of them.
Oh, hi, Dan.
One of them gets stuck in the room.
Is that the forbidden fruit?
Because that makes a lot of sense.
It's metaphorical. You wouldn't understand. Oh.
Right. Philosophical.
That's creepy.
That is creepy.
He just seems like the type of director that only makes these kind of films for the sexual parts.
But the whole thing is really just oh no.
Doing that.
Stop, no, stop.
He like snuck up and then just instantly jumped in there.
It's a little bit creepy, actually.
It is. Especially when he then walks upstairs, or he sneaks upstairs, but then instantly joins the pillow fight.
Well, they're about to kiss. Just imagine
Yeah.
they're about to kiss.
What's
then,
Yeah, with a pillow, and then he says, sorry, I just like to watch you.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then what? So
then,
at first I was
no,
like, oh,
you
he's like a
can't
little
watch.
kid. I couldn't tell his age, but I'm like, maybe he's like 15. He doesn't really understand
I feel
what's
like
happening.
he was supposed to be playing someone that's young.
Like 10.
But you can tell he's like, obviously.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they
20.
said he was 18
Yes.
at one point because he's in college or something. He's paying for tuition.
Yeah.
But at that point, I didn't know that. I just thought he was like their son. So I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't understand. But then when
Yeah.
you find out that he's 18 in college and in love with Lisa, it's like, oh, when he said, I like to watch you, that means he has, right? Because he enjoys it. And that, like, he knows what he's watching. That's just creepy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like to watch you guys. I just like to watch you guys.
I just like to watch you guys. Oh, Denny.
I was trying not to read that
You
into it.
can't. You have to leave.
But I like to watch.
And that's all right. I have homework I need to do.
Right. And then he just pieces out, which was a theme throughout the movie, was people just entering and piecing out with little to no reason.
I think the character that did that the most was maybe the mom character.
Claudette, yeah.
Claudette, the mom character of Lisa. They enter the room. They do their little speech, their exposition dialogue, and then 2 minutes later, all right, I have to go. I'm very busy. I will see you later.
Bye-bye, my precious.
Well, I'm glad you're listening to your mother. Listen, I've got to go.
She just
But
got
you
here.
remember what I told you.
She's been there for 2 minutes.
I've got to go. To specifically tell you this.
Hi, Mom. Let's sit on the couch. I gotta go.
One of my favorites
That was
was
the
when
gist
they
of it.
both walked in and said all of the stuff that Johnny heard up on the stairs, and then immediately left. They literally walked in to say stuff for Johnny to hear,
Yes.
and then left. Like, they didn't even stay and do anything.
Are you talking about later in the film?
Yeah, that
this
was
is
later in the film.
Yeah.
They both walk in,
Basically-
say, I've been sleeping with Mark, and so then Johnny hears that, then they just leave.
Oh.
Right.
And then he doesn't do anything for like half the movie.
Right.
I had sex with someone else.
You can't be serious.
You don't understand.
Oh. He's there? She's just saying stuff like this and he's in the house?
She
You don't want to talk about it. Then why did you bring it up in the first place?
I don't know.
You don't know. If you think I'm tired today, wait till you see me tomorrow.
What does that mean? I'm not gonna sleep
You
tonight
just
at
wait.
all.
You just wait till tomorrow.
You'll see how tired I am. And then they both just leave? Did they just both walk in?
Yeah. So after 5 years of dating, they're engaged.
Yes.
And in the last month,
She
she
gets
gives up. She gets bored.
Yeah.
And
Sleeps
she
with
goes
Mark.
for the best friend, Mark.
And that's essentially the whole movie is that.
You just
like,
never
it
know
didn't
who
really
you can
go
trust.
anywhere.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the movie, like the second scene is her sleeping with Mark. And being
Yeah.
like, you should sleep with me. And then he's like, no, no, no. And then
Mhm.
just does. Like he says, I'm leaving now, gets up, and then they just walk upstairs.
What's going on here?
Are we about to watch a movie?
The worst movie ever made.
I like you very much. Lover boy.
Ooh, baby the lover boy.
It's she has sex with.
Well, they had to establish
Tommy.
that like they're together, they're a thing.
Yeah.
And then they had to establish that they're not together, they're not a thing.
Yeah.
And then they had to establish that he still thinks they're a thing by having the same footage of the first sex scene again played as a second sex scene, I guess.
So, what are your thoughts on why they did that? Do you have thoughts?
I do have thoughts.
Yeah, I think you do.
I think Tommy Wiseau made the film and then realized he didn't have enough footage.
Well, no, wasn't it like? I think they probably filmed Lisa and his sex scene first. I feel like that's why he made the project.
Oh.
It definitely
was
felt
like because he wanted to have like this sex scene with this beautiful girl, and so after that they needed a second sex scene. But after the first one, she's probably like, "There's no way I'm going to do this again. There is absolutely no way I am going to be having sex with you again." So
Wait, are you saying that Lisa or the actress who played Lisa actually had sex with Tommy Wiseau?
I don't think so.
I think she
I don't
felt
think so either.
uncomfortable with that first scene.
Oh.
And then when he's like, "Okay, so we have to do this again," and she's like,
This is not what I signed up for.
"There's no way I'm going to be doing this for you." And he's like, "Oh,
But like you said,
okay."
nothing happens by accident. It's meticulously planned. So
Yeah.
he didn't
Right,
give up
Lisa.
on needing that scene. He found a way around it, and he just used the same footage twice.
Yeah.
So he problem solved, you know.
Whoa.
What kind of music is this?
I don't know.
This is a special single by.
Is this on the spiral staircase?
Yeah.
Sort of looks like it.
Why
The prison of their love.
Just in the dark part of the room. Dark.
Anything for my princess.
Yeah.
That's yep.
What's
that's how
wrong,
it
Rutch?
Well, if it wasn't for the 5 to 6, maybe even 10 sex scenes, there was definitely
wasn't that many.
plenty of exposition and lots of football playing.
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Johnny,
Oh, hi, Danny.
what's wrong with Mark? Gotta tell you about something.
Just holding a football, tossing it underhand.
Are you literally playing?
Mike's not even
To a guy off camera playing football again.
Talk about going jogging.
How many times did they play football in this movie, and how many times have they had sex in this movie?
I think about the same time actually.
They didn't even do sex position, like Game of Thrones. Do you know what that is?
You'll have to enlighten
Okay,
me on that one.
so everyone, sex position is when
Okay.
you have exposition, some dialogue that needs to be told to the audience,
Oh, right.
but you spice it up with some sex scenes.
Sounds like
they're
the
like
HBO is into.
leaning like this next to each other, and they're talking, and they have to deliver some sort
Yeah.
of line so you understand.
Think of Peter Baelish,
Oh.
Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Except Tommy Wiseau didn't take notes from HBO.
So they just had a bunch of essentially B-roll of sex scenes for 5 minutes at a time. That, like you pointed out, could
really
have just,
served no purpose.
Yeah, like those could have been.
They could have
one
just
5
they
second
could have had a
clip that
shot
would have known,
of people going up the stairs.
We know they have sex. That's all that the rest of that.
Actually, I think this is softcore pornography. Think about it.
I think it is. Like, it's,
Well,
what other
yeah.
purpose does it have?
You had
like,
a lame
Well,
storyline.
they just kept on going, and there was like,
the 80-yard moans. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, Lisa.
So bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. The movie was so bad.
And
But see, Mark said, "Oh yeah," and like if you look really close, his mouth isn't moving.
Which happened a lot throughout the whole movie. The whole first scene was ADR.
Yeah.
At least
None of the vocals.
The entire movie was ADR.
Yeah.
Where's my money?
Was that car traffic? Yeah. Zooming by?
Yeah.
Where's my fucking money,
Airbus.
Danny? This is my fucking money!
Swear to God, it's coming!
Where's my fucking money, Danny?
Put the gun down!
My fucking money! Where's my fucking money, Danny? Look at this guy, get on! Fucking dead, Danny! Oh, shit! What's going on?
You want to make too big of a mess.
Oh, and what was it with the gun? Why did he end up with the gun?
So you
I
guys,
love the explanation.
You guys
for that.
said that the only reason that there was one scene in the movie where Denny has a problem with a drug dealer of sorts. He has a gun, but Tommy and his best friend Mark come and
overpowered.
save him. But then
the drug
Mark
dealer.
or Tommy take the gun, and we never see it again.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys say, well, he maybe took it home and put it in that chest, and then he used it later to kill himself.
It's definitely that same
I'm
guy.
just saying they only had one prop gun for the entire movie.
That's
and-
also definitely true.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And
it's
I don't
just
think they
completely
just
unrelated.
used it again, and he maybe had it the entire
That's
time.
also possible.
Or it's secretly genius because do you know the theory of Chekhov's gun? I know
Do
you
tell.
do.
I don't.
Wait,
Oh, you don't?
Wait, enlighten us.
Chekhov's gun. Okay.
Chekhov's gun.
It's a filmmaking
I
theory.
am a millennial.
Oh, right. Okay, that's right. So, anyways, it's a filmmaking theory where pretty much if you show a rifle in a movie hanging up on the wall, at some
right.
point during
I
the
have
movie,
this.
it has to fire.
Okay.
So we saw the gun with the drug dealer. He put it on Denny's
it didn't
head.
fire. Okay.
Did not fire.
Interesting.
So why show a gun if it's not going to fire? It has to fire. And it fired at the end of the scene.
Good night, Johnny.
He did it! What? This is fantastic.
Yeah, but see, you're assuming that in movies, people show you things that are relevant to something within the movie.
Yes.
Within this movie, it was very clear that because it's based on real life, in which there actually are times where something has nothing to do with anything else in the rest of your life. It's just some random thing that happens. So, I mean, that could definitely just have been like, oh, there's, random stuff happens, and,
Yeah.
also to paint the picture of how Johnny's a nice guy, and, he saved Denny
I think
from...
that was the other reason.
From... the drug dealer, and apparently, cleared his debt or whatever, because we never saw the drug dealer, and
He went to jail.
That was
we've
the
seen
other thing
enough
that made
other
no
movies.
sense
Don't
is
worry,
that
Denny, he's in
Johnny
jail
had
now.
apparently paid for everything for Denny's life, but he said he had to buy the drugs to sell the drugs to make money. But why did he need money?
Well, that whole scene, they never actually explained anything.
Oh, was that just in
every
the,
time
the
he
alley version of it that we watched afterwards? Because in one of those two, he said, I needed money to pay for something.
On the rooftop too, but it was
okay.
like the mom was like, "We're gonna get some plot out of this scene."
What kind of drugs do you take?
And Lisa and Jenny were like, "You can't ask those questions. There are no answers. Stop asking those questions.
Wait, let's
it
talk
doesn't
about
matter."
Lisa's descent into madness during that scene. Do you remember when she's like leaning out of frame, like holding Denny
Yeah.
by, and
She's
she's
at the
like
bottom
getting
right, trying to, like,
crazier
hold
and
him up.
crazier? Yeah. And she's like, how could you do this?
What kind of drugs do you take?
It's nothing like that.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I just needed some money to pay off some stuff.
How much do you have to give him?
This is
She's
not
like
the way you
steadily
make money.
creeping out of the frame.
Ganging up on me.
Well, it is time somebody ganged up on you, for God's sake.
Wow. So,
All right. So would you throw back, or would you throw away the room?
Definitely throw away.
throw away. I would never recommend this to anybody.
I would not recommend it to anybody.
Even for kicks and giggles, there's better. Like you said, like you
So
can
this
get through
was a
it.
complete mistake.
Okay. No, I don't think it was a mistake. I think it was a mistake to release it. I think it was a huge mistake to re-release it on Blu-ray. I don't think it was a mistake to make, as we talked about earlier, because it was probably therapeutic.
Okay.
But they definitely should not have rebooted it on Blu-ray.
Well, okay, so I mean, at some point he had to have gone to like Lifetime and been like, "Here's the idea I have for a movie," and they're like, "That's not a movie. We're not gonna fund anything like that." And suddenly made himself. Like, that's essentially what would have had to happen. Because if it had been a Lifetime movie, it would have been better quality than this actually is.
That's true.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Why are you so hysterical?
Do you understand life?
So he funded this whole movie with his own
Yeah.
money.
And
I guess I don't know that for a fact.
And
but
just
I
some
would presume.
stats for everybody. This movie costed $2 million to make.
Wow.
Box office returns.
He had $2 million?
$2 million to make The Room. Box office returns was $1,000.
That makes me happy. $1,000.
$1,000.
Where did all the money go? What was the money for?
The four different crews.
Yeah, right, yeah, because they kept on quitting. That makes sense.
You got it right in the contract that if you don't finish the term of the contract, you don't get paid.
I guess I got paid.
That's how you don't have to
probably
pay
how all
4
his
full
contracts are
crews.
written now.
Oh gosh. So would you throw back or throw away?
I would do a throwback.
You would do it.
Yeah.
You did already because you threw it back to us and made us watch it.
This was your second viewing.
Yeah, it was. I saw the movie before, and I put you guys through it.
And why though? There was
Why?
a reason, right?
Because it's so bad.
Well, that's
Everyone has to see this
I
movie.
will admit, I'm not sure that I've seen a worse movie.
No.
Not that got rebooted on Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely true, but like I cannot actually think of
That had a
worse
theatrical
movie.
release. Yeah, I agree.
Not
Did this have a
even-
theatrical release?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, I agree.
$1,000.
I've not seen a worse theatrical movie.
$1,000.
Oh jeez.
Wow.
I don't
Rutch,
even-
throw back or throw away?
I probably would have to throw away.
I'm
not
the only
gonna tell
throwback.
people to watch this. I know it's like the worst movie ever made, but
Everyone, if you want to see a train wreck, watch The Room. It's
And if you're
amazing.
okay with softcore
If there had been a
porn,
train
because
wreck
it's
in the
not
movie,
just
that
a
would have
train
made
wreck.
it much more
It's clearly
interesting.
awesome.
There was a TV getting wrecked. I will say that.
That was
happened
cool.
in the movie. They threw a TV out a window.
There were
and it
times
broke when it hit
throughout the movie
ground.
that I wished I was doing that with our TV. Not gonna lie.
okay, so we have 3 throwaways, 1 throwback. Apparently, this viewing was the throwback.
Right.
So are you gonna throw away now, or
Are you gonna
still,
keep throwing
are you still
back?
gonna like tell people? All right, yeah, you should watch this film because it's great.
Yeah.
Armand makes people watch this to judge like how good of friends he's going to be. Like,
Okay.
this is his
Yeah.
test movie.
So
This is Armand's test
I know
movie.
you.
This is testing the waters.
I know you wanted to watch this with us. We
Yes.
were gonna push it off, but then you shared a YouTube video of John Franco, or what's his name?
James Franco.
James Franco.
Seth Rogen.
And Seth Rogen. They're gonna be doing. How about you just recap it? Because I'm not.
So pretty much, James Franco, Seth Rogen, they're doing what do you call it? A mockumentary, a mock behind the scenes, kind of like Spinal Tap.
Oh right, yeah.
For The Room called The Disaster Artist, and it comes out.
Sounds like a better title.
Comes out in October 2017.
Comes out this year.
This year.
Oh, so we might have to do a revisit.
Yeah.
Well, not this.
And Tommy Wiseau is doing another movie.
Not this. We'll revisit the new one.
Yeah. So.
Which I think will be funny, at least for the first 5 to 10 minutes. But then I think they're gonna beat all the jokes to a pulp, and then we'll.
And I think it'll only be fun. Like it would be kind of funny. I mean, it's kind of like Spinal Tap, where it's funny if you were really into '80s hair metal.
Yeah.
But it's only kind of funny if you weren't really.
Well,
and so this.
I think what they did with the YouTube video was great. You know, that's just as much time as I want to put into the jokes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I don't know if I can stand a whole hour-and-a-half mockumentary.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be that long?
Maybe it should have been a short film.
I don't know.
Just a small little 10-minute recap of what this film is.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll have to revisit.
But if anyone could appreciate it, we would be in that group because we've seen the original now. So there is that.
You don't need to be in that group, I would say.
I definitely say don't be in that group.
Watch,
Do whatever you can to
watch
not be
the
in that group.
movie. It's amazing. The Room, starring Tommy Wiseau.
Get out of
No!
Get out of here!
Oh, I think it broke actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The movie.
The universe is a better place.
Cheers. Cheers. Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy Wiseau.